They didn't complain. They want whining and stuff. And we've been hearing for a long time that black farmers weren't getting the assistance that the other farmers were getting, and how prejudiced it was. And nobody had a problem with it. Not one white farmer had a problem with it. But now y'all got a problem with the black farmers still producing, still working their farms after y'all got screwed. So now you want to go and destroy. It's typical. Typical. You can't stand to see black people with anything. Anytime black people strike out and thrive and flourish, y'all come in and burn it down. Morning, guys. Hey, quick question. Did y'all hear about the Texas farmers? Did y'all hear the Texas farmers had to close their farms, had to shut it down? Texas farmers have gone completely bankrupt. The almighty mass deportations, it hit them hard because ICE came and raided Texas farms, and they gathered up all of their workers, 100% of their workforce, and so they have officially shut down. Yeah. Texas farmers who voted for Trump, who supports Trump, have lost their farms. Add them to Nebraska. Add them to Iowa? All those states that are where farms are heavy. Add them all to the list. You guys are losing your farms one by one. All because y'all supported and voted for DJT. Hard lesson to learn. That's gonna cost a lot of people some hardships. I suggest we get to knowing our local farm producers, huh? I know we have a farm market I think it's one Saturday out of the month here, where we have local black farmers bring in their produce and sell it at this farmers market. I think it's going to be a lot of that going on, because they have really screwed the pooch this time. Yeah. So, and now they're crying because they can't get Americans to come and work their farms, aka black people. But one really curious, mind-boggling thing going on at the same time that kind of has me a little, black farmers aren't having these issues. Black farmers are still producing. They're still working. They're still operating. So much so that I've heard, it's been rumored that some of these white farmers are trying to burn down the black farmers' farms because they don't have the issues they have. And the only reason the black farmers don't have the issues they have is because they were cut out of all those subsidies that the farmers were getting. It wasn't for black farmers. So black farmers were never set up for failure. They did what they did on their own. They didn't wait for government. The government didn't give them the extra funds. The government didn't come in and save their day.
ICE has launched a new wave of immigration raids across farms in America, and white farmers are furious, not because they are losing workers, but because black-owned farms are not only surviving, they are thriving. Watch and pay attention, and I will share my thought later.
Their sleeves up and went to work. They didn't complain. They want whining and stuff. And we've been hearing for a long time that black farmers weren't getting the assistance that the other farmers were getting, and how prejudiced it was. And nobody had a problem with it. Not one white farmer had a problem with it. But now y'all got a problem with the black farmers still producing, still working their farms after y'all got screwed. So now you want to go and destroy. It's typical. You can't stand to see black people with anything. Anytime black people strike out and thrive and flourish, y'all come in and burn it down. Not because we are physically threatening you, not because we have harmed you, but because your jealousy and your hatred, that you cannot stand to see a black person prosper and be successful. Your hatred is so deeply rooted in you, it triggers you to the point to where you have to lash out, because you just can't see black people being prosperous. You can't see black people being more successful than you. I'll never forget this one scene in this movie I watched, Rosewood. I know you all know the Rosewood story. When they raided those black people's homes, when they came into that town, to Rosewood, and started butchering and killing, they were in one house of one of the people, and it was the son of the woman that Esther Roll played, and he played the piano. He had a piano in his house, and when they broke into his home, one of the WHlTE men was sitting over there looking at his piano. How come he got a piano? I ain't got a piano. You don't even know how to play a freaking piano. You didn't even want a piano. You just hated the fact that a black man had something you didn't. And that's all Rosewood attack was about. Rosewood was a flourishing black prosperous town where black people were living just as good, if not better, than some of the whites there. And it was all their material gain that had y'all so triggered. So when that white woman lied, that's all y'all needed. And y'all went in there and tore everything up, not because they, like I said, not because you were threatened, not because your lives were in danger, but because you hated the prosperity of black people. And it's the same thing going on now with these farmers. But y'all were, you did this to yourself. These are, I keep saying, it's self-inflicted. You ruined your farm. You destroyed your farm. So take it out on you. Don't take it out on black men out here working their ass off, doing what they got to do, and no support like y'all had. So leave them folk alone. Y'all brought this upon y'allselves. Deal with it. You went out there and wholeheartedly voted for Donald Trump, supported Donald Trump, and some of y'all still hollering y'all still support him, even though y'all done lost all your livelihood. You can't fix that. You can't fix that. Leave it alone. That's to the grave. Yeah, that's to the grave. You don't even waste your time on that. It just keeps coming down the shitter, doesn't it? Every time you think one thing, every time you think you can't get any worse, guess what? Here comes another load. But this ain't the last one coming. I just thought y'all might want to know about those Texas farmers. Yeah, it's bit them as well. Yeah, I know y'all saying, how you laughing? And it's gonna affect us, baby. Everything affects us. We always laugh. That's how we heal. That's how we heal. That's how we get through. We've learned to laugh. Something y'all will never ever be able to do. So anyway, y'all have a great day. I just wanted to bring that little tidbit to you. And I will be talking to you guys a little later. Y'all have a good one. Hey, Texas farmers, before I get the hell out of here, one quick question. Yeah, I got a question. Is the grave again yet? Asking for a friend. Have a great one.
When it comes to the white farmers who are losing all of their workers and are about to lose their farms, I say that's the way it was always meant to be. You were never meant to employ all of these people for little to nothing / nothing when it comes to your ancestors and be able to make a profit off of it. It was never meant to be the cool, rad thing that your family does for generations to make money. It was never honest work. It was never honorable. It was always tainted. It always involved holding people against their will to squeeze every single dime you could out of them, whether by force or by threat. It was always about that. And it was never right for this country to make that their foundation and their road to wealth. And so now that it's crumbling, we are returning to the original form of what things should have been. So there you go. I get that they work hard and some of these farms have been passed down from generation to generation. Well, for generation after generation, we've had all of the stuff that you have piled onto us passed down each and every time. I don't want anyone to suffer out here. I don't want anyone to be on the streets or lose their possessions or anything. And I don't want anyone to be exploited for their work either. I don't want anyone building off of the backs of people they deem less than human. So if you're already doing that and you lose the things that you've gained, if you're finally reaping what you sow, So be it.
Oh, I'm laughing at these white farmers that voted for Trump and now they're losing their farm. Oh, so sad. Man, you MAGA followers, my bad, need to pick yourselves up by your bootstraps. Tie them things up real tight and get in them farms to get the plowing. You better go hire some MAGA people. Oh, they don't want to work in your farms. You thought when Trump said, oh, the immigrants are taking black jobs, you think we didn't know what he was saying? Talking about, we don't work in the field. That was slavery days. And you thought that you was going to get you a slave. No, we're not coming. We're going to watch your farm go down while you continue to come on TikTok crying because you did it to yourself. And we don't care.
Buy some land. Buy some land. Guess what? White farmers are going to be losing some of these farms too. It won't be just black farmers. Some of these mid-scale farmers are going to be losing their farm. Buy some land. If you can afford a raggedy Cadillac and Mercedes-Benz, you can afford 5 acres in the country. Yes, I said it. Yes, stop buying them cars. Stop buying them designer clothes and buy 5 acres in the country. That's the first thing we can do as black people. Don't leave that money in the bank right now. Buy some land when it's going to become available. And you heard it from me first. There's going to be a lot of land for sale in America, and we can't let Bill Gates and China and the rest of the people buy it. That's the first thing. We have a rich history of farming. I bet everybody on that panel came from somebody's farm and somebody from one of these southern states here in the country, and we have a farmer in our family. Tell the rich story of history of what our forefathers did. We own 20 million acres. We're the best farmers ever in this country because we survived with no loans. We survived with discrimination. We survived with ag companies not supporting us. And we're still here by the grace of God. And guess what? We're going to survive that. You want to know why? We survived slavery. We survived Jim Crow. We survived sharecropping. All the things that they thought would put us out and put us down, we're still here. We're still here by the grace of God.
A lot of white farmers are scared. They're struggling with new rules, losing money, and blaming the government. Some of them are even crying out for help. But you don't hear much from black farmers. Why? Because we already know the game. For years, black farmers have been left out on purpose. The system was built to push us out. Our land was stolen. We were denied loans. We were shut out of programs that white farmers used to grow rich. So now, when Trump's policies or government changes hurt white farmers, we don't feel the shock the same way. Why? Because we were never included in the first place.
Have you noticed that there's one group that has not made any noise or made videos complain about Trump's policies hurting them or their business? Black farmers. How many videos have you seen of black farmers, excuse me, making videos going, oh, I'm going to lose my farm because Trump cut off benefits. I'm going to lose my farm because the Department of Agriculture no longer gives me subsidies. How many videos have you seen of black?
I see ramped up enforcement targeting farms suspected of hiring undocumented migrant labor. Hundreds of workers were detained, especially in states like California, Georgia, and Texas. Many white-owned farms, heavily dependent on cheap, undocumented labor, have been thrown into chaos. Entire harvests are being lost. Some farms are at risk of shutting down entirely. Meanwhile, across the South, Midwest, and urban centers, black farmers are holding steady. Many of them prepared for instability. They built farms rooted in family, community labor, and independency from exploitative labor systems. Black farms are proving that you do not need to exploit people to succeed. You need vision, grit, and community. Now, white farmers are outraged, not just at the government, but at the fact that black farmers are still operating. Some expected black farms to collapse under pressure, but they did not, and that is fueling resentment. They say they are still selling crops. This is reverse racism. How come they did not get raided? This backlash is not about fairness, it is about fear. Fear of losing dominance in an industry they have controlled for centuries. Across the nation, black farmers are building more than just farms. They are building food security, generational wealth, and self-determination. Organizations are teaching the next generation how to grow food, own land, and feed their communities without relying on a broken system. And while the old mode is crumbling, this new one is just getting started. So why RCE raids tear through the old agricultural system? Black farmers are writing the future. They are rising not with exploitation, but with excellent. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comment box below. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.